Good day, sir. My name is Erjan G. Pilito. This is the continuation of our report about taxation. So, since the first 8 topics about evolution of Philippine taxation have been reported by the first and second reporter, this time I'm going to report the last 4 topics under evolution of the Philippine taxation. The first topic that I'm going to report is under Estrada administration. The presidency of Joseph Estrada, also known as the Estrada administration, spanned 31 months from June 30, 1998 to January 20, 2001. Estrada was elected President of the Philippines in the May 11, 1998 national elections. With almost 11 million votes, Estrada's margin of victory was the one of the largest in the Philippine electoral history. During the President Estrada's administration, there are 2 BIR commissioners was appointed. The first one is the Commissioner Beethoven Rualo, and the second one is Commissioner Dakila Funasher. So, let's talk about Commissioner Beethoven. With the advent of the President Estrada's administration, a deputy commissioner of the BIR, Beethoven Rualo, was appointed as a Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Under his leadership, priority reform measures were undertaken to enhance voluntary compliance and improve the Bureau's productivity. Year 1997, one of the most significant reform measures was the implementation of the Economic Recovery Assistance Payment or ERA program, which granted immunity from audit and investigation to taxpayers who have paid 20% more than the tax paid for income tax, VAT, or percentage taxes. In order to encourage and educate consumers, taxpayers to demand sales invoices and receipts, the raffle promo, humingi ng resibo, manalo ng libo-libo, was institutionalized in 1999. The large taxpayers monitoring system was also established under Commissioner Rualo's administration to closely monitor the tax compliance of the country's large taxpayers. So that's all about Commissioner Beethoven. Let's move on to Commissioner Dakila Funasher. The coming of the new millennium ushered in the changing of the guard in the BIR with the appointment of Dakila Funasher as the new Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Under his administration, measures that would enhance taxpayers' compliance with a deter tax violation were prioritized. The most significant of these measures include full utilization of the tax computerization in the Bureau's operations, expansion of the use of electronic documentary stamp tax metering machine, and establishment of the tie-up with the national government agencies and the local government units for the prompt remittance of withholding taxes, and implementation of compromise settlement program for the taxpayers without outstanding account receivable and disputed assessment with the BIR. Memorandum of agreement were also forged with the League of Local Government Units and several private sectors and professional organizations, that is MAP, TMAP, PCCI, FFCCI, and etc., to help the BIR implement tax campaign initiatives. In September 1, 2000, the Large Taxpayer Service (LTS) and the Excise Taxpayer Service (ETS) were established under Executive Order Number 175 to reinforce the tax administration and enforcement capabilities of the BIR. Shortly after the establishment of said revenue services, a new organizational structure was approved on October 31, 2001, under Executive Order Number 306, which resulted in the integration of the function of the ETS and the LTS. In line with the passage of the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000 on June 14, the Bureau implemented a full integrated tax system, or ETS, rollout acceleration program to facilitate the full utilization of tax computerization in the Bureau's operation. Under the program, 7 ITS back-end systems were leased in stages in RR8, Makati City, and the Large Taxpayer Service. So that's all I can share about Estrada's administration. Let's move on to Arroyo administration. Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo assumed the presidency at noon on 20th day of January 2001, following the EDSA revolution which ousted President Estrada. Upon the assumption, she embarked on instituting policies and measures geared towards economic stability and building a strong republic. President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo made the most BIR commissioner appointments in her 9-year term from 2001 to 2010. A total of 6 BIR chiefs served her administration, namely Rene G. Bañez, Guillermo L. Paraino Jr., Jose Mario C. Bunyag, Lilian B. Hifty, Sicto S. Esquivis IV, and Joel Tan Torres. This is even double the number of the President Ferdinand E. Marcos, who served for 20 years. On the other hand, President Fidel B. Ramos and President Benigno Simeon Aquino III appointed only one commissioner during their term, namely Liwayway Vinsons, Chato, and Kim is Jacinto Henares, respectively. So let's talk about Commissioner Rene G. Bañez. Following the momentous events of ITSA 2 in January 2001, newly installed President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo appointed a former Deputy Commissioner, Attorney Rene G. Bañez, as the new Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Under Commissioner Bañez's administration, the BIR Trust was transformed, the agency to make it taxpayer-focused. This was undertaken through the implementation of change initiatives that were directed to reform the tax system to make it simpler and suit the Philippine culture, re-engineer the tax processes to make them simpler, more efficient and transparent, restructure the BIR to give financial and administrative flexibility, redesign the human resource policies, systems, and procedure to transform the workforce to be more responsive to taxpayers' needs. Commissioner Guillermo L. Paraino. August 28, 2002, Paraino appointed as the new commissioner. Commissioner Paraino offered a voluntary assessment and appointment program to taxpayers with underdeclared sales, receipt, and income. To enhance the collection performance of the BIR, Commissioner Paraino adopted the use of the new system such as reconciliation of listing for enforcement or relief system to detect underdeclaration of taxable income by taxpayers and the electronic broadcasting system to enhance the security of tax payment. It was also under Commissioner Paraino's administration that the BIR expanded its electronic services to include the web-based application and processing, electronic raffle and of invoices, receipts, provision of e-payment gateways, e-substitution filing of tax returns and electronic submission of sales reports, the conduct of special operations on high-profile tax evaders, which resulted to the filing of tax cases under the Run After Tax Evaders program, marked Commissioner Parino's administration, as well as the conduct of the tax compliance verification drives and accreditation and registration of cash register machines and point of sales machines. To improve taxpayer service, the Bureau also established the BIR Contact Center and National Office and regional offices. Commissioner Jose Mario Bunyag. On October 28, 2006, a Deputy Commissioner for Legal and Inspection Group, Jose Mario C. Bunyag, was appointed as a full-fledged Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Under his administration, the Bureau attained success in a number of case undertakings, which included the expansion of the RAID program to the regional offices, inclusion of a new payment gateways such as the Efficient Service Machine and the GCash and Smart Money facilities, implementation of the benchmarking method, and installation of the Bureau's e-complaint system, a new e-service that allows taxpayers to log their complaints against erring revenuers through the BIR website. In 2007, the National Program Support for Tax Administration Reform, a program funded by various international development agencies, was launched to improve the BIR efficiency in various areas of tax administration, that is, taxpayer compliance and tax enforcement and control, etc. Commissioner Lilian B. Hifty. On June 29, 2007, Commissioner Bunyag relinquished the top post of the BIR and was replaced by Deputy Commissioner for the Operations Group, Lilian B. Hifty, making her the second Lady Commissioner of the BIR. Commissioner Hefty focused on strengthening on the use of the business intelligence by embarking on data matching of income payments of withholding agent against the reported income of the concerned recipients. Information sharing between the BIR and the local government unit was also intensified through the LGU's revenue assurance system, which aims to uncover fraud and non-payment of taxes. To enhance the Bureau's audit capabilities, the use of computer-assisted audit tools and techniques was also introduced in the BIR under her term. Commissioner 6 S. Esquivias IV, October 2008, former BIR Deputy Commissioner for Legal Enforcement Group 6 S. Esquivias IV was appointed as the new Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Commissioner Esquivias' administration was marked with the conduct of nationwide closure of airing business establishments under the Oplan Candado program, a taxpayers feedback mechanism through the e-complaint facility accessible via the BIR website was also established under his term, where complaints on airing BIR employees and taxpayers who do not pay taxes and do not issue ORS invoices can be reported. In 2009, the Bureau revived its Handang Maglingkod project, where the best frontline offices were recognized for rendering effective taxpayer service. Commissioner Joel L. Tan Torres, November 2009, Senior Deputy Commissioner Joel L. Tan Torres assumed the position of Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Under his administration, Commissioner Tan Torres pursued a high visibility public awareness campaign on the Bureau's enforcement and taxpayer service program. He institutionalized several programs projects to improve revenue collections, and this includes Project RIP or Rest and Peace, intensified filing the tax evasion cases under the reinvigorated rate program, conduct of taxpayers lifestyle check and development of industry champions, linkages with the various agencies, that is LTO, SIC, BLGF, PALTRA, and etc., were also established through the signing of several memoranda of agreement to improve specific areas of tax administration. Pinoy Aquino Administration. The presidency of Benigno Aquino III began on June 30, 2010, when he became the 15th President of the Philippines, succeeding Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Aquino is the third youngest person to be elected president, the fourth youngest president after Emilio Aguinaldo, Ramon Magsaysay, and Ferdinand Marcos. Following the highly acclaimed inauguration of President Benigno C. Aquino III on June 30, 2010, a former BIR Deputy Commissioner, Attorney Kim Isa Cintuinares, was appointed as the new Commissioner of Internal Revenue. During her first few months in the BIR, Commissioner Linares focused on the filing of tax evasion cases under the RED program, in compliance with the zone of pronouncement of President Aquino. Did you know that the BIR reached its trillion collection mark in 2012? Yes, it was. This happened under the leadership of Commissioner Kim Isa Cintuinares, when the Bureau was able to collect a total of 1.06 trillion Philippine peso. For the year 2015, the total BIR collected amounted to 1.43 trillion Philippine peso, or 7.38 higher than the 2014 collection of 1.33 trillion Philippine peso. After more than 3 years at the helm of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, Commissioner Kim Jacinto Inares has proven herself to be the real man of steel when it comes to running after tax evaders and hitting the collection goal. This, however, is obviously at odds of Pinoy's "kayo ang boss ko." Duterte administration. The presidency of Duterte began at noon on June 30, 2016, when he became the 16th President of the Philippines, succeeding Benigno Aquino III. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte signed into law Republic Act No. 10963, otherwise known as the Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion, or TRAIN Act, the first package of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program (CTRP) on December 19, 2017 in Malacanang. The train will provide hefty income tax cuts for the majority of Filipino taxpayers while raising additional funds to help report, the government's accelerated spending on its Build, and social services program. This tax reform package corrects a long-standing inequity of the tax system by reducing personal income taxes for 99% of taxpayers, thereby giving them the much-needed relief after 20 years and an adjustment of tax rates and buckets. This is the biggest Christmas and New Year gift the government is giving to the people. For the poorest 10 million households, the government is giving them targeted cash transfers of 200 pesos per month in 2018 and 300 pesos per month in 2019 and 2020, sourced from the higher consumption taxes that the rich will contribute, as well as better social services, healthcare, and education. All this will prepare the people for better job opportunities.